This is GIJoe, the Rise of Cobra Lava Pod with the Volcano Viper. This figure and vehicle set is part of Wave 3 of the Alpha Class vehicles from the Rise of Cobra line. It's obviously a repaint. The vehicle is a repaint of the Wave 1 Mole Pod. Yeah, the Mole Pod, which we saw in the movie. This one is a non-appearance in the movie, as well as the driver. Let's begin with the driver. The Volcano Viper is a hodgepodge of some repainted bits and pieces of other GIJoe figures, particularly the legs. The legs are repainted legs of the Ice Viper, and I'm not sure if Desert Ambush Duke's legs are also like this, because I don't have that figure, but it could be. Just leave in the comment section below. The gun is also the repainted or unpainted gun of the Ice Viper. The other bits and pieces, I am not sure where they're from. The vest could be the Para Viper. I'm not sure. The helmet is certainly new to me. You can just write down in the comment section below where you think the other pieces were taken from. But you know, it is a good mix of parts and pieces if you're after the figure. Just like me, I didn't really like the vehicle, but I bought this set really for the figure. The Volcano Viper was really very appealing to me. I like the whole concept. Kind of reminds me of the series of episodes in the old G1 GIJoes called the Mass Device or the Weather Dominator, wherein pieces were sort of taken from different parts of the world. I think it was the Weather Dominator, not the Mass Device. Yes, Weather Dominator. Okay, the figure, when fully clad in his heat-resistant outfit, kind of reminds me of the Sandman. If you follow the comics from Vertigo Comics of the Sandman, the helmet sort of reminds me of the Sandman, but not entirely. He's got two tanks that are probably removable. This one at least is removable. The hoses do come off. If you wish to, you can remove this hose and the hose at the back, and then you can expose the head of the Volcano Viper rather, and it is, if I'm not mistaken, a repainted head of perhaps Beachhead or Shock Blast. I'm not sure. It's definitely a Joe. I think it's Beachhead. I'm not sure. Just write down in the comment section below who it is. Could be Shock Blast. I don't know. Okay, so let's put it back on. Can be tricky to put it on, but once it's on, it stays on fairly well. So just plug in the tubes, the hoses, and he's good to go. And he's good to go. Articulation is somewhat hindered because of the these packs on his vest. If you try and move up the legs too much, the vest just moves up together with the helmet, and it's not a pretty sight. So just keep him that way. So very difficult to get him into poses. He's got regular articulation as any GIJoe figure. Ball jointed hips, swivel ball jointed shoulders, swivel ball joint elbows, swivel forearms, ball jointed heads, swivel ankles. The only difference is he has the Star Wars knees. He's got the swivel ball jointed knees instead of a double jointed knee. So that's that for the figure. Very detailed. Comes in a very shiny type of silvery grayish material. Very, I guess, thermal or heat resistant appearance. I guess that's how they intended it to be. Cobra symbols everywhere and some very good detailing on the tanks. All in all, if you're getting this figure, if you're getting this set, get it for this particular figure. I mean, because this is just a regular vehicle, but really the selling point of this set is this guy. Now on to the vehicle. Let me just put him there. The vehicle, as you know, is a repaint of the Mole Pod, as I said earlier. The main feature, just like the Mole Pod, is if you roll it, the drill spins, and if you push this button, it should fire just like that. Not a very strong spring, but it is there. So there. That's that. No other features. Oh, it has an opening canopy, and it will fit, just like the Molpod, any regular Rise of Cobra figure, particularly the Baroness. I like putting the Baroness here because we saw her in the Molpod. I don't have the Molpod, so. Steering wheel is on the right, some control panels here and there, but it will fit any regular Rise of Cobra figure except this guy and perhaps a bunch of other figures that have very big limbs. This guy, as I will show you, is quite literally impossible to fit because you cannot raise his legs enough to fit in it. He can't even come in a seated position. You can probably try and muster, you know, enough strength and just force it in, but even if you do manage to force him in, the legs need to be split apart because the holes are on the side, and it just will not fit. The only way you can have him fit is if you completely remove the vest and the helmet. That's probably one way of doing so. So put the Baroness back in and put his rifle back on his hand. So there you have it. It's a mixed bag for me. If you're not really into the alpha class vehicles, you don't have to get this guy, this set. But if you happen to like this figure, I think especially if this set is on clearance in your country, like it is in Manila, I was able to snag this for about $10. It was originally for $20, so the $10 figure, not too bad, considering the fact that regular Joes out here in Manila were priced initially at $9. So it's a bit of a bargain for me. That's the only reason I picked it up. But for me, you don't have to go out and get this guy. Only if you're a hardcore fan of GI Joes and you really like the Alpha Class series. So there you go. The Lava Pod with the Volcano Viper. I hope this video has been very helpful to a lot of you who were wondering about this particular vehicle set. Thanks for watching.